As mentioned earlier, three-fourths of our day is spent communicating, making connections to what we need and what others need. Reflexes leaders know constituents need to be connected to the school, students need to be engaged, teachers need to be vested, parents need to be involved, and the community needs to be invested. But how do we communicate this so that we're really heard? Well, we might strive to be charismatic, to have that elusive charm which makes people not only hear what we're saying, but also be motivated by the words. I often thought how much easier my job would be if I had the magnetic personality of a Churchill, Kennedy, or Gandhi. However, I realized that although much of leadership can be learned, charisma is a quality that is unique to an individual and is brought about through a situational presence. So without charisma, and if you're like me and seem to lack this inherent quality, how do we connect to others so they hear us and realize that we hear them as well? How do we motivate others to see the big picture or to buy into our vision of what the school can become and actively take up the banner of action? Precise speaking furthers the five whys of understanding and builds upon our accuracy of understanding. It helps us to better understand a person or a situation and enables us to mediate differences, build trust and respect, and create environments where creative ideas, problem solving, and a culture of caring can grow. And we all know these are the essential qualities found in an effective school. Precise speaking involves taking the understanding of our thoughts and our ideas and presenting them with a clarity or precision so others will understand them as we intended. Remember that first year principles, healthcare benefits, communication fiasco? And although all leaders' time is short and precious, precise speaking requires knowing the audience and taking the time to understand how they are reacting to your communication. It is less about our message and more about how people hear it. Unless your message is precise, focused, and directed to the intended audience, it most likely won't be understood as you intended, much less supported. We need to be transparent, honest, and empathetic to our listeners. Their perception must be that we are there in the moment, available to them. There's an old story about a new principal who was a mid-year replacement. This principal really wanted to be a great leader. At the start of the next year, he asked the staff what concerns or issues they might have. Well, a majority of the staff said that they were concerned and confused about the new healthcare policy and the benefits associated with it. This new principal went to HR and found out everything he could about this healthcare policy. He also set up a meeting where he could talk to the staff about their concerns. And this is what he said at the meeting. You all know that I started late last year and I got 10 teachers pregnant. Now, if any teacher is thinking about becoming pregnant this year, see me first because I can help. Now, I'd like to introduce, now this story always makes me smile. One, because it's a misspeak of epic proportions. And two, this story very clearly demonstrates why we should strive for precision speaking and communication. That's the third step in Reflexis leadership. Talking versus communicating. Precision speaking for understanding. Communication can't be effective if your words impede the understanding. Reflexis leaders consciously practice so they reflexively use precise communication to actually say what they mean and mean what they say. This way, everyone is on the proverbial same page. And all constituents feel informed, validated, and vested. Research says that approximately 3/4 of an educated leader's day is spent communicating. With that being the case, we must make sure that what we are trying to communicate is understood, and equally important, we understand what others are trying to tell us. We all know we're expected to effectively communicate with others. Reflexis leaders know that even though you may effectively communicate your ideas and thoughts, without precise understanding of that communication and how it will be received, the communication might not meet with the same effect or level of enthusiasm you intended. Reflexis leaders begin by removing field jargon like criterion check or pedagogy. And they don't use superlatives like always or never. The old axiom, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, becomes a Reflexis leader's mantra. They actively think about what they need to communicate and the most precise method to effectively say what they mean. Remember, it's not just about what we say. Reflexis leaders instinctively know that it's also about how we say it, and sometimes just as important, not only how we say it, but what we don't say.